lots of permutations to any season for any team. You can always sit there and say, well, if this had happened, we'd have won these games. If that had happened, we'd have lost these games. But I'm going to ask you, in a season with a lot of what-ifs on this 8-4 Tennessee football team, and we can go back to preseason too, what are the biggest what-ifs?
Well, I think the obvious what-if is Max Gilbert, correct?
Hits the Georgia kick.
Yeah, or if that was handled better, the whole situation there. So that's mine,
I
Max
just
Gilbert.
hit the kick.
Well, yeah, but if you get him a little closer, if you handle the time management better. I mean, he's never missed that extra point. Get him that close.
It was a close kick.
I know, he's supposed to make it, but what
Or
if
stole. Should he have hit the kick?
Yeah, he should have hit it.
There you go.
Don't get me in a headlock.
Hit the kick. Hit the
Put him
kick.
in the transfer portal.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but my biggest what if is still Nico because
That's the fun one.
Yeah, it's the fun one, but there's also like the second year with the same offense coordinator, defense coordinator, the growth that happens in the second year. I think his numbers would have been as good as Joey's, and I think he would have. I know it's a hot take, but and he would have added a little more dynamics with being able to run the football as well. I still think that's your biggest what if.
It's a huge what if. What would have happened? And I don't know that it wouldn't have been probably about the same record. You built this offense, though. You spent all offseason rebuilding your offense with him in mind.
Yeah.
And he left, and we never got to see him in it. And it's hard to say, look at what he did at UCLA, because that doesn't really compare. That, to me, is probably my biggest what if. But my number two is, what if you have McCoy and Gibson?
Yeah.
That's where I was at.
If you've got two starting corners, I mean, you heard Kirk Herbstreit come out and talk about it a few weeks ago. You look at Iowa State; they started the season 5-0, lost their two corners, then lost their next 4 games. They wound up 8-4 too. If you'd had those corners, that's my big one. What are you doing, Chuck? Or you gave me a start.
That's where I was going to 2 corners. We got our 2 corners. It changed the entire complexity of the defense. You know, I'm blessed to be able to watch Ty Redmond come of age. But had he not had to do that in such an immediate situation, I think we get at least 2 more wins with those 2 guys in there.
Yeah, the corner one was mine as well because I don't think we're in the position talking about Max Gilbert needing that kick because Georgia's plan was to go after Redmond, and it's not Redmond's fault he was in that position. Georgia's plan against Tennessee is different. I don't know the overall effect here, but what if Boo Carter's handled differently during the summer? You don't have that hanging over the team all season. So what if Boo Carter's not allowed back and allowed to work his way through, which ultimately ended up not working out?
And we were behind here, so I'm going to be quick. What if Oklahoma doesn't get the strip sack?
Right.
All right, because you had the momentum. I'll flip that, though. What if Florida doesn't get that holding call on the 43-yard gain on their second possession? Does that turn into a different ball game? Mississippi State, I could give you what-ifs back and forth on that one. Touchdowns called back on both sides, missed kicks on both sides, dropped perfect passes on both sides.
Yep.
Yeah, clock management at the end of the fourth quarter on both sides was weird.
Yeah.
Did we mention the pick 6 at Bama? That was.
That's a good one.
That was
my
one
second
that,
one.
you know.
That was my second one.
My adjacent one too is what if you had your special teams coordinator Eckler still there? Would you have had the step back in special teams this year that you had?
Good question. And I'll throw in, let's do one from yesterday. I still think you lose that game, but what if you don't have the roughing the passer? I mean, you would have been up 21-17 going to half if they hit the kick. Instead, they go on a 31-3 run from that point out, and they owned the middle 8 that everybody talks about. So a lot of what ifs.
Talked about that. Yeah.
A lot of what ifs.